Hello beautiful booktubers, I'm Becky Bookworm and I'm here today to talk about my Bookbuddyathon TBR. For those that may not be aware, Bookbuddyathon is something that is run by Elena Reads Books and Janet from Swirlygirlyreads, and it's run from the 6th to the 12th of May this year, which obviously starts today, and you pick a buddy. It could be somebody that you know, or it can be somebody that you've met in the comments on a YouTube or an Instagram post. Anybody, just pick a buddy and you choose to read some things together for that week. There are little challenges in there, and I think Elena's running a competition as well. If you check out her channel, I'll link the original video below. But yeah, there's little challenges. So the first one is, oh sorry, I should probably talk about my buddy. So my buddy is Nerdy Mommy, otherwise known as Joni, and I met her in the comments for the Bookbuddyathon, and we decided, because we both like reading sci-fi type stuff, we'd get together and we'd do this buddy read. So we're keeping in touch by messaging on Twitter to keep up with it. And so for the challenges, the first one is pick a book to read together, which is obviously the aim of the Bookbuddyathon. And the book that we have chosen is The Best of All Possible Worlds by Karen Lord. I've had this book for a while. It was actually bought as a present by somebody. It was on my wish list, and as far as I can remember, it's about somebody whose home planet is destroyed and they have to go live on another planet where they have to try and assimilate in with the culture and get on with the inhabitants that already live there. I think there's other things that happen too, but I think that's the gist of it. So we will both be starting that today. In fact, I'm going to go start it when I've finished editing this video. The second challenge is your buddy's favourite colour. Pick a book of that colour. Now I've doubled up on this. This book is also my pick 3 books and ask your buddy to pick one for you. So she chose, and it's also green. I gave her 3 green books to choose from, and it's called Bitten by Witch Fever, Wallpaper and Arsenic in the Victorian Home by Lucinda Hawksley. Now I can't remember where I saw this book, but I decided to pick it up and I'm really glad I did. I'll talk about it more in my wrap up, but it's a really beautiful book that has lots of prints in it. It doesn't only have prints, it also has things like this that explain about it, and as the title says, it's about the history of arsenic in wallpaper during Victorian times. So I think this is going to be a really good read. The next one is pick a book that begins with your buddy's first letter of your buddy's name, which is J. Now I only have one book that begins with J, and that is The Jumbies by Tracy Baptiste. I've had this for quite a while. I think it's a kind of middle grade book, so it should be quite an easy read. And it's about a little girl that comes across these things called jumbies. And finally, it's pick a book you fancy, and I chose Sex Criminals Volume 2 graphic novel. If you've heard me talk about this before, it is a story about 2 people who can stop time when they come from having sex or whatever, and they kind of originally go on a bit of a rampage and start robbing banks for good reasons. So this is a continuation of that story. So that is my TBR for the Bookbuddyathon. Are you guys taking part? If you are, what are you reading? I'll be back pretty soon with another video, but until then, big hugs.